Hello everyone, Cercion here. How are you all doing today? I've been traveling the lands of Paldea for 3 years now. I became the champion, enjoyed a nice adventure of Kitakami, and earned the title of lead club president of the esteemed Blueberry Academy. Yet, for all my accomplishments, one still evades me, and that's the acquirement of a Destiny Mark shiny Pokemon. For those of you who don't know, the Destiny Mark bestows any Pokemon caught with it the title of Chosen One, and it can only be obtained once a year. Your birthday. So when my birthday for this year rolled around, you bet your sweet Bippy I set my sights once more on obtaining this rare and elusive Pokemon. But with that explanation out of the way, one question still remains. Who would I hunt for? The answer to that question is obvious, dear viewer. It's none other than my all-time favorite Pokemon, Magnemite. And this year I was coming extra prepared. You see, with the advent of the Indigo Disc DLC came the Mark Charm, an item that would increase the chances of any Pokemon I came across having a mark. So I spent the entirety of the 2 days prior to my birthday catching and evolving the Pokemon of Violet's DLC in order to fill out the Kitakami and Blueberry decks so I could receive the Mark Charm from Director Cyrano. And you may be wondering, surely you caught a few shiny Pokemon during that process, right? Well... yeah, that Gligar was the only shiny I came across during my 2-day journey, but that's beside the point. Now I have everything I need to increase my chances of ending this 3-year search. I began by heading over to the Chargestone Caverns and whipping up a sandwich that would further increase my odds of finding a marked Pokemon without magnifying their shiny odds. As in, an important detail I forgot to mention until now is that I'm doing this hunt at full odds. Luckily, there just so happened to be a Magnemite outbreak in the area. Unluckily, even with an Encounter Boost 3 effect active, there were still Pokemon other than Magnemite spawning in the area. Around an hour into my hunt, I discovered a little alcove that would allow me to infinitely spawn in a continuous supply of Pokemon. However, the same problem that plagued my initial search rendered this strategy null and void, which led me back to the area where this hunt began 3 years ago, the small sub-area just outside Levencia. Not only will Magnemite spawn in mass just outside the city's bounds, but they'll also spawn in equal number by the secluded beach. So I once again whipped up a Markaculous mark boosting sandwich and began hunting for my tungsten target, and after just 3 sandwiches, I succeeded. There it was, a marked, shiny Magnemite. Now, this isn't to say this is my first time encountering a marked shiny Magnemite. In fact, 2 of my other shiny Magnemite were also marked, but this one felt different. I began the encounter, put the little fella to sleep, and caught it in a luxury ball. Following that, I went into Magnemite's summary and... there it was, the Destiny Mark. Words failed to express what I was feeling in this particular moment, but if I had to choose just one, it would be... joy. But why stop here? As of catching this Magnemite, it was 5:15. Plenty of time to try and catch another Destiny Mark shiny, right? But what to hunt? Well, similar to Magnemite, whatever I hunt should both spawn in droves and be the only Pokemon to spawn, period. Which left me with a very simple answer to my quandary: Iron Valiant. So just like before, I whipped up another Markaculous mark boosting sandwich and plunged into the depths of Area 0 to begin hunting for this menacing maiden. And on my very first sandwich, I found one. But Yeah, it wasn't marked. Which goes to show you that even with all these mark boosting powers, I'm still not guaranteed to encounter a Pokemon with the title. But all that gets thrown out the window when only 3 sandwiches later, yep, that's another Destiny Mark Shiny. It's crazy to think that before today I had yet to catch a single Destiny Mark Shiny Pokemon, and now I have 2, plus a little friend to keep them company in the box. But that's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed this little adventure I had, feel free to give this video a like. And while you're at it, comment down below whether or not you've obtained your very own Destiny Mark Shiny Pokemon. That's gonna be all for me. Take care, and have a great rest of your day.